Well, here, as promised on other platforms that I use, is the finished poncho. So I've been very happily stitching this up this morning. Yeah, it's a stitch up. And I was adding the fringes last night. So I'm very pleased with the outcome. It's in a beautiful sort of denim colour inspired Aran wool. And, oh, hello, how are you? Yes. Here's the pattern. So the pattern is Wendy Aran 4788. Okay. And this is it. Now I'm going to be modelling this, so I will put it on and show you all what it looks like. So this is how the poncho looks, and yeah, I'm really pleased with it. It's almost the colour of the sky this morning. One of the things that I really enjoy about fashion is that if you don't take it too seriously, you can really experiment with different styles, different vintage, different decades. I remember years ago being absolutely besotted with clothes from the 1940s. And it was quite easy living in London, as I did at the time, being able to go to jumble sales and pick up the most incredible pieces of clothing. Yeah, so that's why I really love fashion. And in the meantime, I'm out there ironing my linen. Yeah, and Madame there is waiting for a WALK. I can't say the word because she gets overly excited. Yeah. Oh, no, hang on. I said overly excited. She's gone running. I'll crack on. No, that's better because when I looked back at the filming, I noticed that this area here wasn't pressed. So I've given it a second pressing. Yeah. And of course you always press using a damp cloth. When I say press, I mean iron, but you use a damp cloth between the iron and the wool. Well, linen is lovely, but it does need a lot of ironing, okay? It really does. Now this wee dress here, let me just open this up a bit, there we go. These dresses are very expensive, by the way, on what sites? Oh, I don't know, internet sites. They're linen, you know, beautiful wee shape, extremely flattering, okay? Little pockets and everything. They're very lightweight though. They're very, very lightweight. So it's what's called very loosely woven linen. It's not tight woven linen. So there's less threads, you know, per foot or whatever, you know, measurement they use. Less threads per inch or less threads per centimetre. But anyway, I bought one of these dresses, like a lime green one. You may have seen it on me before. And I bought it on the internet and it was €69. That was about 4 years ago. But anyway, I thought, oh yeah, got a lot of money, but it was a lovely dress and I really wanted it. And, you know, anyway, long story short, off I went up to Belfast then to visit my daughter and my darling granddaughters. And as usual, we go for a good old shop around the charity shops. You'd call them Goodwill shops, I think, in America. I think in total now I have 5 of these dresses. Now that's one of them. Because what happens is, you know, the environment that we live in today, people buy things, you know, oh, that's gorgeous. Oh yeah, I'll have one of those or 2 of those. You know, there's a lot of excess going on, isn't there? And people buy them and then they wash them and they think, oh God, that's a crumpled mess. So it hangs up in the wardrobe. Very few people iron today. I know because I've got 2 daughters who do not iron. I'm laughing, okay, because This is the generation that's out to kind of save the world, save the earth, save the environment, go green, you know. So what they do, they're not my daughters, but, you know, people in general, once it becomes a crumpled mess, like this shirt, which was really expensive, but it's linen, they hang it up in the wardrobe or throw it in a chest of drawers, whatever, and eventually they're clearing out and they think, oh God, I can't be bothered with that, and they just chuck it out. So I'm lucky enough to spot a bargain, and I'm great for going into charity shops, looking at anything in linen that has since been kind of steam pressed, you know, as they do in charity shops, and purchase it, okay? So this is what I'm doing this morning. I am pressing or ironing a fair bit of linen. Every so often I'll open the wardrobe, take out all the clean linen stuff that has to be ironed and give it a good press. And then, I mean, it's like being let loose in a sweet shop. You think, oh, I've got all these beautiful clothes to wear. So I'll crack on with this. But anyway, that's just the story of linen. Yeah, and the waste. Well, this is Wednesday. And the first thing I spotted this morning when I come out was my log pile completely collapsed. Now, I do suspect a little cat was involved, because I have a little cat comes around here at night, and yeah, she noses around, you know the way cats do. And I have those two wooden cats up there, you see, so she probably thought, I'll sit here for a while and have a peep up. Anyway, I have checked, she's not under the pile. Cats are notoriously great at being able to jump before disaster hits. So it's another incredibly beautiful day. It looks like spring. Spring has morphed into early summer with extraordinary ease. And there's the Magnolia stellata out in its full glory. Now, definitely once it's finished flowering, it's going to be moved into the garden, because I think it's got too big for that pot. The ash tree up here continues to be dealt with. You can see it's been cut right back now. There's another, a few ton of wood left there that will be dealt with, I suppose, in the coming weeks. And then there's all this wood as well to be dealt with. But slowly getting there. I'll just take you back down the steps. We'll just go for a little walk around, have a look at what's happening, what's blossoming. So there's the beautiful rose. This is the rambling rose. I'll just turn back onto it here and you can see. Yeah, it's pretty good at rambling, isn't it? This is something else that has to be moved out of the pot. This is quite a huge rhododendron now. This is another little tree. This is an oak tree that I've grown from, I think I grew that one from an acorn. Anyway, that has to be planted out this year as well. Fortunately, you know when you grow plants in pots, you can plant them out then at any time at all. So that's the advantage to having a little nursery, a little garden nursery where you can grow things on in pots. There's the girl. She's still on her lead, because that little rascal almost broke the lead yesterday when I took her for a walk, and she spotted a cat. She went berserk. Nearly wrenched my arm off. So I'm looking round now at, well, I'm seeing the plants. You might see the infestation of ground elder, but if you watch this space long enough, you'll see the ground elder will be pushed out over the coming seasons, over the coming 2 to 3 years, I'd say. A lot of this ground elder will no longer exist. This is another little plant that I've repotted, because again, it hadn't flowered for a couple of years. It's a little azalea. And if you look closely, you'll see lots of little insects collecting the nectar. Oh, probably because I'm stood here now, there's none there. But anyway, take it from me, there's lots of them around. Isn't that sky incredible? Okay. Leaves are coming out everywhere. There's this beautiful green glow happening. Yeah. And then I was looking over here and I saw lots of flowers coming out on the black currant. There we go. So it looks as though there's going to be masses of fruit, as always. Black currants here grow sort of wild, if you like, because you only have to throw a piece onto the ground and it'll root and then grow and fruit. And these are the blueberries. And again, look at that. Flowers coming out. See the beautiful ribes up there. And the wood stack so far. So we have 1 pallet, 2 and a half, 3 and a half. So look at that. It's my little nectarine tree. And looks like the Chinese forget-me-not is out. This is very, very beloved. Although it does grow very much independently, yeah. Doesn't need a lot to get going. But all the little insects just love it. Just go down along this way here, and you can see all the little daisies are out. Look, it's Daisy Rama. And these are the little cones that come off the Japanese larch, which is this tree. It's just coming out into leaf or into needles. And the wild edge is never far away. So here there's wild carrot growing and celandines and primroses. Primroses are quite edible. They look gorgeous in salads. Yeah. So peaceful today. And I see a lot of little birds beginning to nest. Lots of bees everywhere. There's my compost, which I'm still digging out. And this willow, which fell over and is now leaning against what was a cherry tree, I'm hoping it will come back, is beginning to sprout. Look at this. Yeah. This is the Bealtaine project. One woman planting 3 acres of rushy fields with trees. Started back in 2004, and now in 2025 the cottage is surrounded by woodland, a healthy, deciduous woodland. The birds, the wildlife, the flora and fauna have all moved in, and it's a completely different environment. And I've written about this in my first book, A Cottage in 3 Acres. And I've explored other themes because living this close to the land just opens up so many portals, including what I perceive to be the she, which is in my book Walking Between Worlds. Anyway, if you'd like to order any of my books, you'll find a link below the video and every video on this YouTube channel. Blessings to you from Bealtaine Cottage.